Hey, it's Bakken, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marklin My World BR89 Locomotive number 30000. This locomotive is part of their My World line, which is their sort of very entry-level, basic starter set level designed for kids. There are some models like this, which I think this might have been moved to startup actually now, but now it consists of mostly a lot of battery-powered sets that use HO-scale track, but they don't pick up power from the rails. They run onboard batteries and have little remote controls. This is a proper AC 3-rail model. It does have full pickups, an AC motor inside. It does have a decoder installed too from the factory, which is nice even for a basic model. Everything from Marklin, from what I understand, has decoders installed for their mobile digital system, which is very neat to see. So you don't have to worry about putting one in later. Go and take a look at the side here. It's the BR89.0 from the Deutsche Bundesbahn Era 3. And in the back you have multi-languages, but it does list English right here, including mention of the digital technology built in. This locomotive was actually given to me by a friend, Knack. He's very generous because he essentially bought it by accident for thinking it was 2-rail. Found it was actually AC 3-rail. He bought it over in Germany and decided to send it to me because I said I'd probably end up using it. And now about at least a month later, I finally got some Marklin track and a power system, so I'll be able to run this actually. So let's go ahead and take it out of the box. Let's use this little clamshell package. We'll set that aside for one sec. In addition to that, you just get a little manual for the locomotive, which shows you how to maintenance it, or basically do maintenance on it. It shows you how to oil it and how to take the shell off and stuff. It also talks about the digital decoder. It tells you how to use it in the various systems. This is mentioned for the basic IR remote system, which I have. It talks about the mobile station, everything else, and how to control the functions. And then you have a little warranty card down here as well. And that's it. So I'll take a look at the locomotive now. Slide it out of the clamshell. And there it is. And for, a basic star set engine, actually at first glance, it actually looks really nice. I mean, it's all, basic molded on detail, but the finish they gave it, it's not, it's a nice sort of flat satin finish. It looks much better than some basic sets have, glossy paint in the engines, and it doesn't really do here. And the lettering looks nice too. I mean, there is, of course, the DB logo, the number, some smaller font there as well under the number, which is legible. I don't know what those actually say down there. But of course, being a starter set engine, it is all molded on details. There's nothing really separately applied on it. There's no cab glass. There's no interior in the cab. It has just, you can see the motor and some of the electronics inside. But it does have the triple lighted headlights in the front, which are controlled through the decoder. You can turn those on and off independently. It has just silver paint on the housing here. Come on, focus. For the rear headlights. And there isn't too much in the underbody, but there is, the air tank back here and stuff. The couplers are actually removable. These are they're sort of switcher coupler, which make it easier to unlatch when you're switching cars around. But you can change these out for other styles. It's kind of a standardized plug in here. It just clicks back right in there. Of course, there's also numbering on the front and rear. Now, being also a lower price model, there are a few other caveats with the detail in the operation, I know. The valve gear here is very basic, though there are models that do that are even more basic. They just have the one side rod coming here and that's it, not the connecting rod for all 3 wheels. This has at least that, but it should have more valve gear going on, a eccentric rod and some other bits on there. But of course, this is an older model. Actually, this tooling dates back, from what I understand, to probably the 50s or 60s from Marklin. It was available previously as the Marklin 3000 versus 30,000, and of course back then it didn't have digital and was painted a bit more simple. It was mostly just all black back then, a bit more glossy, and it's been the line for such a long time. They've kept it around. They've updated it with this. So there's a few things that got retooled. I think some of these steps and the steam chests have got new tooling, of course, the removable couplers and a few other refinements to make it a bit nicer for the modern era. And I think it still is a decent, model for what it is. Of course, it's a lower end starter model, so you really can't be hard on it. If you look underneath, you do have, this is an AC3 rail model, so it picks up power from the outside wheels here. And then the other contact is from the center pickup chute here that rides on the studs on the track. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this on the layout and we'll get it running. Okay, we have the locomotive on the layout now. Running mine with just the basic IR controller that comes with a lot of the startup sets they make. Which, being a digital engine, it's set to 78 address by default, which on these systems is the first notch of the address selector. Set to address 1. You can change, of course. There aren't too many digital functions. Being a basic engine, it pretty much just controls the light and the motor. So if you press the light function button, it will turn the headlights on the front. They stay on regardless of direction because it only has them lit on the front. And we'll go ahead and start it up. Now, being a starter-set engine too, it does have a bit of a more basic motor inside. It's this older sort of open pole motor, which in a way kind of reminds me of a lot of the O-gauge Lionel motors that were also AC. So it's not the quietest locomotive around, but it still seems to run kind of okay. And of course it's a starter-set engine, so it's not really meant to be a very performing locomotive. It's something that kids are mainly going to be playing with, but it does run at a somewhat decent slow speed. And of course, we'll change direction here. And it might need more running into. I don't know how much this has been ran previously. So. Right, I'm going to put some cars behind it, and we'll do a few run-bys. Right, so there we have it. Marklin BR89 Locomotive number 33000. Thanks for watching.